Hello everybody, Striker997 here, and before we do absolutely anything, I want to say thank you for the support in my past couple of videos on weapon comparison, and just on my channel. It has helped me a lot, and I think I absolutely adore the support you guys have been giving me. I love it. I don't say it enough in my videos. I'm going to start saying it a lot more. Now, in today's video, we're going to be doing weapon comparison. Kind of the thing with today, if you didn't read the thumbnail, that's what we're doing. It's going to be, this is episode 3 of the series. We're going to be comparing the HBRA3 Bear Fist, the HBRA3 Insanity. I've been slacking behind the series, so hopefully we can jump right in today with some recoil testing. And without further ado, let's begin. So we're starting today's video with recoil testing. Here I'm using the HBRA3 Bear Fist. And now the HBRA3 Insanity. The recoil on both guns is very, very similar. You are not going to notice a huge difference in the recoil. I both put a foregrip on both of these guns. On every gun I use weapon comparison for, I put foregrip on it just to reduce recoil effects. I'm not holding down left stick though, because a lot of people have been asking me that question. Do you put a foregrip? Yes, I put a foregrip. It works. Like I said, I'm not holding down left stick. I'm not pushing the mouse forward to reduce recoil. This is a complete let loose recoil. As you can see, they're mostly similar up until the part where the Bear Fist just kind of went everywhere. I don't know why that happened. I think that might just be the Bear Fist accuracy after a certain amount of time. So that's Bear Fist, and that there is the Insanity. That there is the Bear Fist, again. The HBRA3 Insanity is one of the most powerful guns in all of Advanced Warfare. With high damage, high fire rate, and above all else, quite a nice feel. This gun is definitely a top tier weapon. So what's so good about the HBRA3 Insanity? Well, without further ado, let me get down to the statistics of the HBRA3 Insanity, aka my favorite gun in Advanced Warfare. The HBRA3 Insanity has a fire rate buff from 675 RPM to 750 RPM normally, and 1000 RPM for the first 4 rounds, meaning that if you burst this gun, it will shoot a lot faster. It feels this gun handles very well, and I really, really like the way it feels. The high fire rate and damage are very effective when put together, and they're very, very nice. However, with this comes with hip spread of plus 10%. I don't really notice this. This is a very small debuff. I never noticed the fact that I can't use the hip fire. I find it very usable. As you saw in the beginning, I hip fired 2 people in a row. I think I do it again later on. The gun is very, very usable. I think the HBRA in general just has very nice hip fire spread. It is a great. The HBRA3 Insanity is a great weapon to use, but there is a kind of a big debuff that kind of turns a lot of people off or away from it, which did at first for me. That's that there's no optic attachments. You can't have red dot, ACOG, or any of that. And it's kind of annoying. I do like the iron sights. I find them not so much obstructive, but I do know a lot of people who do find them obstructive. They don't like the iron sights. I do see where that could come from, but I do personally like this gun. The iron sights on it are good. The damage is good. The range is good. Speaking of which, the range on it is quite long. It's about 25 meters, which is less than the Obsidian Steed, but still quite up there. It has quite a high range. I believe it's 25, may be wrong there. If you do know differently, correct me. That's essentially the Insanity, though. I'm gonna just go over some more personal things, not statistic things here. This gun is definitely a top tier weapon. Alright, I don't care what you say about it, this gun it's high damage, high fire rate. It literally outclasses almost every gun except for the Steed at range. And as long as you're not at point blank, the hip fire, you don't really notice it. You normally get all your shots off, and it's very nice to use. I really like running it with suppressor and a foregrip, because on the foregrip, without the foregrip on any HBR variant, you're gonna be jumping. Your gun's gonna be jumping everywhere. Your bullets are gonna be going where you don't want them to. It's altogether just gonna feel very weird, very not usable. But with the foregrip, it becomes very usable very fast. I really like this gun. The feel of the gun's very, very good. I don't know why. This kind of reminds me of like I don't know, like an older gun, like the M16 or the Scar. It just feels like that, the way it fires, the way it handles. It just feels very, very nice to me. Especially with the foregrip on, it feels very good. It doesn't have as much vibration or kick as some other guns. It feels very well. I like it. I'd say this weapon is definitely one of the best guns in Advanced Warfare. If its 3-shot kill range was longer, it would outclass the Obsidian Steed. Actually, I don't know about that. It would have to be quite long, but it could outclass the Obsidian Steed. But this gun is definitely a powerful weapon. It's not overpowered though because of its range. It still has 4 shots, and it actually can drop off to a 5-shot, but that's very unlikely. This gun is definitely a very high damage, high fire rate weapon that I highly recommend you check out. I love this gun to death. I don't know why, I'm really, really good with it. As my friends say, I'm not gloating here, I'm not bragging, my friends say I'm really good with it. I should always use it. I use it in ranked play because I know it's a decent weapon. It can do some real good damage real fast. But like I said, that's essentially the HBRA3 Insanity in a nutshell. There are lots of... This gun is a very versatile weapon at range and up close. I highly recommend it to anyone who has it. Don't throw this weapon away. Keep it. It can do some short work very fast. Now, if you want to watch the rest of the clip, you can, or you can skip ahead to the HBRA3 Bear.
Securing B.
The HBRA3 Bear is certainly an interesting weapon. It's quirky, weird, and fun to use, and isn't quite on quite high at range or at damage, unlike its counterpart, the Insanity. The HBRA3 Bear definitely was fun, and it's more of a balanced rifle when compared to the Insanity. But without further ado, let's get down to statistics of the HBRA3 Bear. The Bear has negative 20% hip spread. This essentially means your hip spread is going to be tighter and more effective than if you were to ADS. However, I found that I ADS'd a lot more due to the red dot optic that was integrated on the gun. Like I just said, the red dot optic is integrated and therefore is very, very useful. The Bear is very strange in the way it handles. It has slight 10% more view kick, and it also has range decrease, meaning that this gun's really meant to be used up close and personal, even though it has a red dot optic, so you'd think it'd be used up more at range. It's very strange. I don't understand the mentality of why you put a red dot on it. I think the hipfire was really the key selling point of this gun, because it has even tighter hipfire than the normal gun. I don't 100% know what they were thinking when they were making this gun, but it's definitely a fun-to-use weapon. Like I said before, there's an integrated red dot sight on it, meaning you can't remove it. It's permanently on there. It's very nice because it doesn't take up a spot, and you can have like an extra grenade or an extra score streak. If you're like me and you run frickin' 5 perks, this is very nice to have like an integrated attachment. It's very fun to use. Definitely one of my more favorite weapons. I like the hip fire. I don't like it as much as the Insanity, but it's definitely fun to use. Definitely powerful up close and at medium range, but not so much at long range due to that drop off. View kick is not noticeable. The 10% view kick, you're not going to notice it a lot. You're not going to feel it. You might. It's like a teensy increase similar to the Obsidian Steeds. Very, very small, but this gun is definitely very powerful. Now that we went through all the statistics, I'm going to tell you my personal opinion of this gun. This gun is not anywhere close to beating the Insanity, but it sure is close to having a lot of fun like the Insanity. With the Insanity, I use it, but I don't use it too much because I know I can do well with the gun. I know I can get kills, I know all this. With this gun, it's more of it's kind of like a more balanced weapon. It doesn't shoot as fast as the Insanity, it doesn't do as much damage. It requires a bit more skill to use. It's very hard to use at range due to that range decrease and how it drops to a 5-shot very fast, unlike its counterpart, the Insanity, which just drops to a 4-shot. And then if at very long range, like range where damage is essentially useless for some guns, it becomes a 5-shot. The Insanity becomes a 5-shot. The Bear Fist doesn't. The Bear Fist is definitely, I like it. I do understand. I think I get the philosophy or the building behind the gun. They may have wanted it to be like kind of like the Inferno, except not so much like the Inferno, where you just ADS, you shoot in hipfire, and then you ADS midway. That may have been the idea, not 100% sure on that. But it's definitely a very, very powerful, very fun weapon. I think you don't get as many kills with it, that's the truth. It does require a bit more of a learning curve than the Insanity, which is just kind of like you pick it up and it's like, okay, I know I can do work with this gun. I got a breather. Definitely a fun to use gun though. I had quite a bit of fun using this gun. The red dot was nice to use. The decreased hip fire is also really, really nice. It's great if you like hip firing. Great if you want to get hip fire attachments like stock. Oh my god. I have a friend who was hated besieging because they had to get stock every single time. It was very annoying. As you can see there, the gun is not a 4-shot at long range or a 3-shot, which is kind of sad. It's still a very powerful weapon though at mid and close range. It can destroy very fast. I love the red dot on top. I don't know why. I've always liked red dot in this game. It looks cooler and more like it's more usable in this game, unlike other games. I don't know why. I just really like it. Now, if you want to watch the rest of me doing average, I think I went actually after this game, like after this round, I do 20 something and 15 or something like that. I do something good. I forget. If you want to see me do kind of average with this gun, you can continue watching, or you can skip to the end where you see where my what gun wins, in my opinion. So that's all. Bye.
Securing B. Half-time.
And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. Who won the fight? The HBRA3 Insanity. Now, while the Bear Fist is fun and quirky to use, like I said when I was reviewing it, it is not as powerful as the Insanity. The Insanity has damage, it has fire rate, and it has, even though it doesn't have optical attachments, it's very, very deadly. Very deadly at range, very deadly up close. I like the Insanity a lot more, like I said before. This isn't just a biased opinion, this is just facts. Looking at the differences, the Insanity is better than the Bear Fist in many, many ways. Some are. The Insanity beats it on damage and on range. The Bear Fist is decreased on range, and the Insanity is not. The Insanity also has increased fire rate, making it more effective up close. Now, the Bear Fist, it's not better than the Insanity. Like I said, the Insanity beats it. But the Bear Fist is still a pretty good weapon. I'm not going to hit on it. It was fun to use, very, very dangerous at mid and close range. However, at long range, it just kind of lacks at that damage qualifier. That's all for today's video. Like I said before, thank you guys so much for the support on my last couple videos. I am so happy about that. You'll not know how happy I am for the support. It helps me out. It makes me want to make more videos. Even though I'm going to make more videos anyway. You can't stop me. But it does help me out a lot. I love making videos for you guys, and I love to hear feedback. I love to hear things in the comments. I love to read them. I recently did something for Supersonic H6, I think it was, and he wanted me to do something on a horror map. I did it, and he shared my video. I really thank him for that. Thank you for that. That's all for today's video. So, see you all in the next one. Bye!